y'all. It does not have to be a new year, a new you. It just has to be a healthier you in the new year, because this new year is wild. So make sure you check out TLC products, Life Drops, NutriBurst, okay? Get your vitamins, help you fight off whatever you could possibly catch out there, okay? It is not a cure, but I feel like it definitely helps, especially if you're working out like myself with ifyoucanmove.com, Nakia LASHAE. Y'all check her out, okay? Also check out all of her products. Get you a drip belt, a waist snatcher, get you the drip top, like, a little tank top, help you sweat even more in your arm area. Yes, okay, she has all of the things and much more. Check out the links down below, and don't forget how cute I be looking in the Peja Amari. Okay, cute in the Peja Amari. Get into it.
So you guys are always asking me where I get my glasses from. So I thought I would finally give y'all a real little ad, okay? Firmoo, I can't see, bitch. Okay, I'm just playing. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Okay, so these are my new Firmoo glasses here. Super, super cute, right? They are prescription because I'm like totally blind. They're actually like the blue version to my pink ones that I have that you guys see all the time. And I got these matte ones that I think are really dope. And I felt like they would go good with the fact that I no longer have hair. You know what I'm saying? But either way, you guys can use my link and give me credit. And get you some glasses from Firmoo. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Not come on in. Not come. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue, and I am back for another Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta review. Okay, so I'll be honest and say that I wasn't really paying that close attention to this episode. I'll come out and say that. I'll be real with you guys. But I do have notes, and I hope that my notes will cover most of what took place on the last episode of Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta. Yeah. Okay, so Ree and Ayana, we left them at the park. Everybody was shooting paintball guns for old boy's birthday because I already forgot his name. I had it last week, lost it this week. Okay, BT, whatever. He's a DJ or whatever his name is. Y'all know he basically is a Bow Wow hanger-oner. Like, no disrespect, sir, but that's just kind of the vibe, it was your birthday party situation and you left because Bow Wow left. Like, like it just kind of seems to me, that most of the time you got to have Bow Wow with you for supervision. I don't know what's going on there. I'm new here. Excuse me. But yeah, I did think that was weird that he left his own party just because Bow Wow wasn't down with the whole paint gun thing. And I'm like, well, y'all knew what y'all were going there to do. So why? Never mind. Anyway, I don't know how long y'all were there taping, but it seems as if when everybody knew Ayana was coming, they wanted to leave, except for Remarkable, who's down for it, okay? She's real down for it. Whatever you got, she's with it, okay? That's the vibe that Remarkable is on. She tried to talk to Ayana. Ayana did not want to talk. At the end of the day, I feel like Remarkable should have left it alone. She don't want to talk to you. She doesn't want to have the come to Jesus moment with you. Let her be the angry Cabbage Patch Kid that she is, okay? Just let it go. But what did you do? You tried to force the conversation, and then you tried to, antagonize her by saying shit like, you wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of feel like Remarkable could have left it alone, but Ayana's energy is still shitty, and she should work on that. But Ayana talks to Tammy and Deb about the situation. Because y'all know the only reason Remarkable is trying to talk to Ayana is because Ayana is kin to Deb, Adney, and Tammy, and Waka, and all of them. And Remarkable wants to work with Deb. And Deb was like, in order for us to work together, you're going to have to resolve this situation with Ayana. Okay? So she tried to do that. But Ayana is not receptive. And now Deb understands that. So now I feel like Deb will go through with working with Remarkable regardless to what the situation is with Ayana, because I think we all realize at this point that sis is on some bullshit and she needs to figure that out for sure. So Diamond and Pimpin broke up again this week. I guess we're supposed to care, but we don't. Brat says that she does want to work with Diamond and Remarkable, and they're going to do something together, but she's not sure if they're going to send that over to Deb, if that's going to have anything to do with Deb. And Remarkable wants Brat to consider working with Johnny. And Jessica, Brat's old lady, feels like, I've worked with Johnny. She did promo for the Miracle Drops. She was super sweet. I don't know this negative side of her that you all speak of. You need to give her another chance, especially since you went to jail for knocking a bitch over the head with a bottle. Like, that still follows you, Brat. So I don't understand why you can't see yourself in Johnny. And why you think that Johnny is going to fight you. Like, in all honesty, you give Johnny that energy more than she gives it to you. The truth of it all is Johnny is usually like one of the sweetest people in the room if you are just meeting her. So the fact that I feel like Brat has never even really been around Johnny like that, like Brat's dislike for Johnny only comes from the reputation part of it and then from the situation with Deb. And now we're finding out this situation with So Def. Okay, now it's like, Brat is So Def. And if, anybody does anything against So Def, then Brat don't mess with him. And I'm just kind of like, it is a record label. Like, oh my God, y'all need to grow up. Like, that's what I feel. So apparently this beef started when Johnny and Bow Wow was messing around with one another. And they got into it at the studio. I saw the interaction where she was like, so you think I would try to set you up? And he was like, basically like on some bitch shit. Like, that's Bow Wow. When it comes to females, Bow Wow, I mean, not even just when it comes to women. Like, in general, Bow Wow be on bitch shit whenever he feel like his back is being pressed against the wall. And I think you knew that you couldn't physically raise up on Johnny because she would beat your ass. So I feel like he then, turns into the victim. And it's like you have to make her the bad guy and, make it seem like the situation is worse than what it is instead of treating her like a person that you were screwing. And so I feel like if that's what Brat is bothered by, Brat need to stop. Okay, so Johnny knocked over a statue. Did the statue break? And from what I understand, it wasn't even on purpose. Like, that statue didn't look that stable. She shouldn't have been able to knock that shit over. What's going on at the So Def studio? It doesn't even matter, though, because I feel like this is Bow Wow's fault. Y'all are mad at Johnny, but this whole situation sounds like it's Bow Wow's fault. It sounds like Bow Wow is doing what he always does, which is playing around with women's emotions and feelings and doing it in the studio. And so what happens? A blow up happens and everybody just blames Johnny as if Bow Wow is not known for screwing with people's emotions and feelings all over the place. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand what's happening here. The way he was like, get that bitch out of here and all of that. I'm like, wow, I really don't like when men do this. Like, it's so bitch made. And you could never, ever convince me to date a man that would talk to and about a woman in that way that he didn't lay down with. I understand that people get into it and all of that, but I just kind of feel like you really lower yourself as a man when you handle women like other women handle women. You know what I'm saying? Well, like, all this bitch and all this aggression and all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. That shit is not cute. That shit is not okay. Because to me, it's a way to make a woman feel less than. It's like that same mindset of, oh, I can sleep with her. Now she's dirty and she's less than me, but you put your peen in her. Like, I'm so confused. The fact that this is the reason, like, really? Okay. So the underdogs, they do their little studio session. That's what I'm calling Kai and Remarkable and Johnny and whoever else was there. Okay, whatever. The DJ was there. He calls Bow Wow and it's like, you gonna feel some way if they song pop and you wasn't a part of it, being as though this is attached to the show. And he was just like, man, look, all I know is, Johnny, I'm not doing that. And Johnny and Brat don't get along and I don't want to get involved. Listen, Bow Wow, okay, fine. We get it. You don't want to be a part of it. I don't understand why people keep begging him to do it. It's not like anybody really cares, like, about him. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's not like it's going to do that much better because Bow Wow is on it. It would be great considering y'all are all on the same show, but they don't really need you. All they need is to have the people who are watching the show like the song. They attach the song to the show, play it during the commercial breaks, and remind people to go to iTunes and Apple Music and download the song, stream the song, okay? Like, that's really all they have to do. And then everybody is separately promoted on their Instagrams and social medias. Like, hello. I'm sorry. I just feel like at this point, there's a formula to this shit. It's been done before. I think it was by Ray J and them. But y'all, we find out this episode that Bow Wow could potentially have another child for some other random girl that he slept with without protection. And he blames it on the industry and groupies. And listen, I know there are a lot of women out there that feel like the only thing they have to really offer the world, probably because of their relationships with their parents or, you know, just transactional relationships they've had in their lives, realize that their beauty or their body can get them further than their intelligence, or, you know, they don't have access in order for their intelligence to get them further, whatever, okay? Because that is a form of intelligence in order to find rich men and be what those rich men want so that they will want you. There's definitely an intelligence level to that. Please do not confuse me. But at the same time, I feel like to say you have no responsibility in wrapping up your Johnson, that's what we're not going to do. We're not going to continue to blame women for getting pregnant when they're not the only ones that showed up to the party with raw sex. Okay? They didn't just show up with their vaginas raw. You showed up with your penis raw. And to be honest, the way men can let off and get women pregnant with pre-cum, I would really, really appreciate you guys wrapping up your thing if you don't want to get somebody pregnant, instead of blaming them for getting pregnant after the fact, as if you had no idea what the sex would result in. Like, oh, I thought you was on it. Why would you assume that? And even if you did, you could have got an STD from me, you nasty ass mother. Like, I'm sorry, y'all, but it's just very bothersome to me to have this attitude like it's the girl's fault that she got pregnant. Even if she meant to get pregnant by you, you're stupid for not protecting yourself because you're the one with the most to lose. Hello. Like, if you have the most to lose, it will behoove you to make sure you bring the condoms and you put one on your meat before you put it inside her. Like, that's all you would have had to do, and you wouldn't have gotten her pregnant. Like, for the most part, yes, condoms pop, but let's be real. If you get the right size and it's not too old, there's no reason why your condom should not be 99.9% effective. Like, there's no reason. I don't even want to hear that. Then Andy has to remind him not to disrespect the girl, which I feel like is so ridiculous at this point that you even have to tell a grown-ass man not to disrespect a woman that he could possibly have a child with. That just goes to show, like, what did you do, Bow Wow's mama? Like, what did you do that makes him have such aggression and vitriol towards women? And it's passive aggressive. All of this running through women and then treating them like shit after the fact, like they're just disposable pieces of tissue that you wrap the condom in. Like, I'm sorry, my dude, but you need to go to therapy to fix whatever the fuck that is. Like, something's wrong with Bow Wow, you guys. I'm gonna move on. So Jessica surprises Brat with Johnny. Like, they're at their hotel and, you know, ringing the doorbell like a maniac. Johnny comes in. I'm like, why were you ringing the doorbell like a maniac? It's a hotel. Like, they hear you, bitch. Give them a second to wobble to the door to answer. Like, it takes them a minute. It's not because nobody's like fat to me, but they just got big old hips in that. I'm sorry, y'all. It's still funny to me. And then when people hit me up and be like, now they can't unsee it, that makes me laugh even harder. Anyway, y'all. So yes, they sit down and Johnny says that she heard Brat doesn't like her. And we know that's true. Jessica says, well, your reputation precedes you. And Brat says, you know, hey, at the end of the day, I can choose to work with whoever I want to work with. And if I don't want to work with Johnny Blaze, then I don't have to work with Johnny Blaze. Brat, we are not confused about that, sis. We get that. You've said that a million times. What we're trying to get to is what is the real issue and can it be resolved, okay? Because Johnny says, I don't have to prove my change to anybody. That's something that Johnny learned in therapy, okay? Her therapist told her she don't really have to prove shit to nobody. She just has to prove it to herself and be the change, okay? But she was also like in the confessional, please don't let this lady put her hands on me. So to me, I feel like Johnny is always in a place of defense. Even though she does pop off the loudest, I do think that a lot of the times people do pick at her. People do say things. People do things. Like, I remember when the whole situation happened with Brittany and Ray J. Not Ray J. Stevie J. Wasn't it Stevie J in the Brittany girl? And they got into it or whatever. Like, that wasn't just on Johnny. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of feel like everybody loves to put it on her because she's the one that gets the loudest and wants to do the most damage and titties be all out. But it's somebody else that's in confrontation with her. You know what I'm saying? She's not there by herself all the time. Yes. With Deb.8, we know if she was disrespectful, somebody's trying to help you, you're being ungrateful, for sure. But we also know that Deb.8 can be a bit controlling and like to have a hand in whatever she's helping. And that's great and everything. But sometimes people who don't have the know-how don't react well to feeling like somebody's trying to control them. Okay. So I just personally feel like you can't just throw Johnny away like every instance has always been just her, because I don't agree with that. So that comment about her having to change multiple times, even though I agree with that, it's just like, okay, how many other examples can you give us, in recent times that Johnny has done the most? And I'm talking about in recent times, because you keep bringing up shit from 2 seasons ago that you weren't even there for, that really has something to do with some dick. Okay. So I just kind of feel like, come on, Brad. Like, she just making me feel like she just wants to have a problem with Johnny. And it's unfortunate because Johnny is the most talented out of everybody else on the show. Like, there's no, and she knows that. And that's what she said to her. Like, at the end of the day, I have my talent. That's all I have. And you can't take that away from me. And y'all trying to make it about my attitude when at the end of the day, you should want to work with me because I sing and I play instruments. Like, that's why you should want to work with me. But what Johnny doesn't seem to understand is that that does not matter when people decide they don't want to deal with you, because there's always somebody that can sing and play instruments with a better attitude than you. See what I'm saying? And it even seemed defensive, but I feel like Brat is somebody that's always defensive in most of her conversations. So the fact that she doesn't understand where Johnny is coming from is just ridiculous to me. Johnny started to cry and they cut up the scene in a way that we don't know what the hell is going on. It seemed like Brat and Judy just got up and walked away. Child, I keep calling her Judy when I want to call her Jessica, because her name is Jessica. Okay? It ain't Instagram. So Jessica and Brat, kind of get up and walk away at different times. But the way they cut it up, she could have been getting up to go get tissue, and Brat could have been getting up to go around to the table and give it a woo 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 for all we know. Okay. But I hope it doesn't end bad, because I feel like Johnny is not coming to the table on rah-rah with Brat. And Brat also is the same type of person. So you would just wish that somebody could look at somebody else and show them the patience that they feel people didn't show them. But either way, it's up to Brat. Brat that still doesn't have to work with Johnny. We're forcing a conversation because we're on a reality show, and Jessica is doing her part. And we appreciate her for that. But yes, you guys, that's all I have to say about Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta. It was better this week. I think this episode was better. But that's because Remarkable and Ayana got into it. And then we had this whole situation with Brad, and then we found out about Bow Wow, and that's kind of messy. So, we're getting better. It's not that bad. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe. On the road to 100K. It's coming. It's gonna happen. Okay. I would love to see it happen by my birthday, but I don't think it will. But still, I'm putting it out there. 100K. We're getting there. Okay. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one.